placed in a Spanish soap opera, and portrayals of British people that make the Americans from Squid Game look like fucking Oscar-winning performances would.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the acting. So yeah, you hear a lot of reviewers, like English-speaking ones, and they're not very impressed with the English acting, and they might say that, you know what, it's more a little caricatured, and maybe the dialogues don't have that much nuances in them and stuff like that. So let me tell you something. The English actors and the English acting and the screenwriting, everything in this movie for an Indian movie is like miles and miles ahead of anything that's ever happened before. Like historically, Indian directors and Indian cinema, they didn't really care like for the English actors. Like literally, I'm not lying, they would pick up like beach bums, like maybe even a Russian guy. They'll just pick him off the beach, and he'll just come up there and he'll say something, yeah, for Mother Russia, and they're like, no, cut, you have to say British Empire, and he's like, okay, whatever. And that's literally how it was. They'll pick up like Polish women, Slavic ladies who are trying to speak English with thick accents. They don't really give a shit. They just never cared. This time, they actually got like pedigreed actors, like, people who took up acting as like a job, as a career, went to school. So that was so refreshing and so good to see. And these had like real dialogues. And honestly, like, you have to admit, they did a great job. Like, they got your emotions going. So they did exactly what they were meant to do. And then the extras also, the stuntmen, fantastic work. So I wouldn't have any complaints there. So let's talk a little bit about the Indian acting side, which obviously you guys won't be able to tell the nuances or who did a better job. We're talking about the main two protagonists. Now, both of them were absolutely outstanding. There's no doubt. Now, in the foreign eyes, like for Americans, you'll probably side with Ram Charan, right? He had the more dynamic role, the super cop. He was better looking, cool guy, and stuff like that. But let me tell you that the role that NTR Jr. as Bheem has done is something I've never seen. This is absolutely amazing because he had the tougher role. Let's to start. He has to be the more rustic guy, and he got all the idiosyncrasies, the nuances, perfect. But not only that, this is in Hindi dubbing. He's actually spoken the dialogues himself. Now, this is something amazing because there is no way, not 1% that I could have possibly guessed that this was a South Indian person. Now, when we come to Ram Charan's Hindi, okay, Ram Charan fortunately gets to speak the more authoritative Hindi, right? So he's more direct. That's his role. So it becomes a little easier, and he does it well, right? So it's like, imagine if a Hollywood actor has to speak a few sentences of French or Spanish, but he gets to say this authoritatively. So they're like very, very formal dialogue. So it's easier. But Bheem's character has to speak very informal Hindi, very, very rustic, very marketplace kind of Hindi. And he does it so well. That's literally like, can you imagine an English actor having to like, speak in like German, but not the formal German, like the informal German, like if he's at a bar and people are watching a game of soccer, that kind of, it's just so impressive, and he does it so well. So I've never seen anything like this. Like I'm completely amazed that this guy, the NTR Jr., he's was full of talent, like really, really talented person. So I think like when the Indian critics talk about acting, definitely they're all going to say, yeah, NTR has done something that is just amazing in this movie.